Hello, myself Sunil R Nair, and here basically we are discussing about the topic that is currencies and dependencies. In this basically we are discussing about one topic that is potato and tomato planets basically, that we have most of discussed. Here basically we are discussing that how basically the digital world basically plays here role. Without digital world basically you can't do anything, because you can't say that this is potato energy, this is tomato energy, like this basically you can't do it, right? Then one person given one example basically, whenever the power supply company basically passes the data to the city basically, they basically passes they basically got the requirement, the government basically gives the requirement that in this city basically there are 12 lakh buildings and some other all information basically. So they basically sends the data according to that in bulk basically, and then basically the digital software basically that segregates the data. He basically, that software basically know that that's a digital software. Mostly it's connected with the satellite groups and with few computers basically, and satellites are connected with that computer. They basically say that we know the address basically of the each and every matrix set basically. That power set basically converts into matrix set basically. Matrix set basically. Few basically city basically say that whenever the power supply basically comes, we only basically creates the matrix automatically, and then just basically we just need to do put that matrix to each and every planets. That type of planet is also basically that type of cities basically also have, but that are very high tech city basically. Normal city can't afford that much basically, because it's very high tech digital city basically. Normal people, normal country basically can't afford that basically. So only digital powerful country only basically can afford that. So normal country basically can't afford that. So here basically one of the software we already saw, right? This digital world basically. So like this basically there are many softwares basically in the industry basically. Few software we saw that there also basically, that CRM tomato software basically. Means that CRM software, from CRM software basically potato and the tomato is basically getting created. Potato and tomato basically is getting created. So that's basically not a normal software basically. That cost basically too much basically. Entire setup basically cost more than 80-90,000 crore basically. So normal company basically can't afford. One person told them 90-80,000 crore basically. Normal software company entire property is also not there. Then the example basically given by the one of the person was that 12 lakh crore dollar is then basically. From there basically the data comes. Data means currencies come there. And from one software basically more than 70-80,000 crore basically minimum is the income basically. Minimum income basically. So maximum you can just imagine basically. That are all basically are dumped in this 12 lakh crore dollar basically. So 12 lakh crore dollar is not a small amount. 12 lakh dollar is not a small amount. 12 lakh dollars is not a small amount basically. So that amount basically comes from there, and one software basically, if you are doing setup basically big high tech level setup that are basically created by some Microsoft corporation also, that also basically will cost how much basically, 30 crore, 40 crore, maximum basically 50 crore. it would not cost more than this basically. Maximum 40 crore basically. But here what is the cost? 70,000, 80,000 crore. Entire setup cost basically. With this entire setup cost basically. So it's basically high tech city basically only can afford that. Sorry, high tech software company basically. So like this basically things are also basically there. So it's very high tech basically. If it's a high tech, then basically it's very high costly also basically. So government, they know basically everything basically. It's not like that the government don't know. Stock exchange basically is created by whom basically? Assume that Bombay Stock Exchange is created by whom? It's created by government only, no, basically. Government only basically created. No? So government don't know basically 12 lakh crore dollar basically. Where is that amount basically? Few people says that basically, Prime Minister is going here, Prime Minister is going there, so that the India country basically can be run. This also basically few people says that basically. That is different thing basically, but that connects here also basically. Few sales people says that basically we are struggling for the sales basically, but we are not getting the sales. Few software company sales business development officer say that we still basically struggling for the sales. So each basically sales department also basically have the system basically. If you know the system basically, then only basically you can achieve that basically. That basically business development officer basically the company software company owner basically know that if you purchase this company server basically, then by default basically you are going to get the 100-200 crore project from this computer only basically. Just you need the perfect mapping basically. That is the one. Then other project basically you gets from other way basically. Few people says that entire thing basically are mapped in computer only basically. Few people says that few project basically you gets basically. 10-20% projects basically you get without the mapping also basically. But big level projects only basically connected is here only, because you need each and every project's proof basically, that how project was initiated by which group, which person created this, because this is going to convert to human needs, and in future basically it's going to convert to the planets basically. So here basically each and every proof is required. Without proof basically you can't create this big project basically. Because in future anything basically happens, then basically you can track each and everything, no, basically from where basically actually the things basically happen. But this type of big project basically never gets error only. Reason, 100 time basically testings basically are done. Then only basically they go forward basically for next step basically. Without that basically they never go to next step. Reason, planets basically are getting created, ideas basically are getting created for the other planets. Same way the Earth planet also got computer idea basically, software ideas, mechanical ideas, technical ideas. This all idea basically come from other planets basically. Same way the Earth planet basically is also getting the ideas. Same way Earth planet is also basically passing the ideas basically. So things basically which we are creating, that all are basically ideas for the thinking basically of the other planets basically. We are creating the thinking basically from tomato vegetable, potato vegetable. We are creating the thinking basically. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about the thinking basically, what the Earth planet basically say, that basically we are creating this level of thinking, this type of thinking. What is that thinking? That we are going to see in next video.